All right, welcome back here at 9:10 on Live Impact News on your WCNC Charlotte app. This weekend, there's a nonprofit with a bold name, but a big heart rolling into the Charlotte area, into Salisbury. It's Move-In Day Mafia, and they are bringing volunteers to Livingstone College in Salisbury, trying to transform those dorm rooms for HBCU students who have aged out of foster care. So joining us this morning from Salisbury, and her support system behind her, is founder TJ Mercer. TJ, thanks for joining us so early this morning.
Good morning. I'm actually based in Atlanta and I'm headed to Salisbury in a few hours to move in tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. TJ, so busy today. What are you, I mean, it's got to be exciting to head to Salisbury.
Yeah, it's super exciting. So, Move-In Day Mafia is a nonprofit where we provide decked out dorm rooms and monthly care packages for HBCU students who have aged out of foster care or are unhoused or they're navigating college alone. And since 2022, we have moved in 109 students at 28 HBCUs. And we walk with these students for 4 years. And so, yes, we're headed to Salisbury. We need volunteers because we're moving in 8 students on Saturday and Sunday. So just go to moveindayMafia.org to sign up, please.
Please. Okay, why Livingston College in Salisbury?
Well, first of all, I love what the president has built. This is their second year doing a cohort where they're specifically focused on the kids who have aged out, who need a second chance. And from my understanding, Dr. Davis also, he is a foster care alum. And so these are the students that are being dropped off or showing up with nobody to help them navigate the college experience. And so that's important to us to come alongside the work, the magnificent work that they've done there.
And how were these 8 students chosen?
They applied. There's an application process. Livingston and we are doing 7 other HBCUs. We're moving in a total of 17 students this year, but Livingstone is our largest, so that's why we need so many volunteers tomorrow and Sunday.
What does it mean for these students when they are chosen and they go to their dorm and they're seeing all of this, all of the love given to them?
So it means family for them. It means support. It means mentorship. And most important, it means stability. I am known as the world's greatest hugger. So the one thing about Mafia is we give out hugs. Hope plus understanding plus generosity equals stability. And so for these students, often they have come from environments where they've slept in basements with boxes. They've never had a space that was theirs and theirs only, or they've been able to choose what goes in their space. And so for us, it is non-negotiable that these students get a choice on what kind of toothpaste they use, what they're going to put on their hair, what are they going to wash their bodies, their clothes in. They get to choose every month, but it basically boils down to stability.
Yeah, amazing. So many of those intangibles that we don't even think about that go
We
into.
take for granted.
We absolutely do. We're looking at some video. I mean, these parties, it's like a major celebration. Talk to me about that, TJ.
Well, I'm not known as the walking exclamation point for no reason. It's important to me that people have fun and we enjoy doing this because it is when a student opens their eyes and sees, that this is a space that's curated just for them, with them in mind. All of our rooms are custom designed by Nikki Klug Design Group, an interior designer. So we are very particular and specific about making sure they walk into environments that is really theirs. And so when I think about these kids, also, Jane, 70% of kids in foster care dream of college, yet only 3% go, 1% graduate. Move-In Day Mafia is in place so that we can disrupt that foster care to prison pipeline and build a foster care to HBCU graduate pipeline.
It seems like it takes a village, though, to put this together. We're seeing some of big name companies. Was that a challenge to get them on board? Because we know it takes some support from others and businesses.
Yeah, so it takes us $5,500 per year per student because, like I said, we walk with these students every single month. There's mentorship, there's check-ins, there's everything that goes along with being an auntie or, or a mom or dad, what you would do for your regular kids. And so I wouldn't say it was hard because I do run my mouth a whole lot. And I have no problem putting myself out there to ask on behalf of these wonderful students. And so I can't say that it's been hard. I cannot say that because a lot of people like myself, I didn't even think of this population. I went to Howard University, and Move-In Day for me was surrounded with love and joy and hope and, all the things, coordinated comforters with rugs. And, I've just experienced that other people just have not thought about this demographic of kids like I didn't. It did never occur to me what happens to these students who are beating the odds to go to college. What's happening when they show up and there's no one to really dote on them or make sure they have everything they need. And so what we've experienced since 2022 is that when, organizations and people learn about us, they want to help. Either, if you can't come out to volunteer tomorrow, Sunday, we have year-round needs, and it's all virtual. We need mentors. We need surrogate moms, surrogate dads, we need, things to help us run the organization, the expertise to run the organization. So it is a family affair, Jane.
I mean, and there is that gift of giving. It seems like you get so much out of what you do and the reveals and the emotions that run high. What does it mean to you? Does this get old?
There is nothing like it when you know this kid's backstory and what they have overcome to get to college, and then you recognize, I've had kids collapse in my arms with just being overwhelmed with just appreciation and joy when I showed her that we bought her boxes of her favorite maxi pads, things that we take for granted of just going in a store and just going to get our favorites. These are the kids who have just been handed things and said, hey, be grateful, I'm helping. So when you see a kid really appreciative, and then my babies are killing it, Jane. They are doing internships. We have one student that's off abroad studying in Barbados. I've got a student that's down at Walt Disney World doing an internship. One of my students got hired by Wells Fargo before she graduated, and they're graduating fourth in their class. I have one student who was sleeping behind an AutoZone, Jane. She graduated fourth in her class. We had our first valedictorian this year. So that kind of support and just giving them stability is giving them the courage and the freedom to explore possibilities that they were too stressed about in ordinary circumstances of worrying about detergent, deodorant, toothpaste. They now can actually go try things. And I'm one happy auntie.
You are giving me some good auntie vibes. I got goosebumps. That is good energy. We all need a dose of TJ in the morning, Beyond the dorm room, you have these care packages, and you've mentioned some of these simple items, these basics that, again, we take for granted. Why was that piece so important to build into these reveals and what you give the students?
Because getting them there and getting them moved in is not going to help when they're stressed about their grades and toothpaste. And so I knew that it couldn't just be a one and done, hey, we got you moved in, good luck. A lot of times students are dropping out not because of academics, but because of funding, because of money. And then a lot of our students, and I won't say, this is the issue with Livingstone because, they have a program specifically for these students. But at other universities, they're just matriculating like normal students, but they have to figure it out by themselves. And so I didn't want to just drop them off and say, you figure out the rest. I knew that they needed hand holding, just like any other kid that has parents at home that they can call home and like, Mom, I don't know what they're saying. I have a problem with my professor. How do I talk to them? I needed these kids to have that same kind of wraparound.
Absolutely. And we know Sherry Shepard is involved. That's great to have that sort of backing. You guys go way back. Tell me how that came about and how that's helped the program.
So I've known Sherry for, probably 25, 30 years. So she has been with me building this thing brick by brick. In fact, got some great news yesterday. She was one of the first people I text. And so Sherry really has leveraged her platform to bring attention to not just the movement of Mafia, but actually the mission behind these kids. And so we always laugh because I think it was a year ago or 2 years ago, I can't remember, and she got an offer to do Celebrity Jeopardy. Now we know, trivia is not my girl's strong point. We knew that going in. So this is no, shade to her. We knew that going in. In fact, she won $75. I think she is on record as the lowest. Winning, lowest earning. But yet she did it, Jane, because she knew Mafia would get $30,000 just from her appearing. So when you ask me how did that come about, how does it help us, she leverages her platform. When she did Celebrity Jeopardy, we started getting $5,000 checks in the mail. So she really is a big ambassador for us. And, $5,000 checks in the mail, that covers at least, almost one full student. So that kind of attention to the mission is really beneficial. And she never holds back with putting Mafia's name in rooms that I'm not in.
Fantastic. Let's put out your name. Move-In Day Mafia. We might not have Celebrity Jeopardy behind us or 30,000 to give, but you can help. Talk to us what you need. Talk to us about what you need this weekend.
For the Salisbury community, I need you there. You can volunteer in shifts. We will take whatever time you have because Move-In Day for us is intense because, again, all the rooms are custom designed. We're very persnickety. It's not bed in a bag, just thrown together. So if you have any time between Saturday and Sunday, please go over to moveindaymafia.org and sign up. And I mentioned it was $5,500 per year to take care of these kids. If you can't make it, head over to moveindaymafia.org and drop a donation, whether it's $2, $20, $200. Sign up to be a monthly contributor. We need all the help we can get because these kids are worth it.
They are. TJ Mercer, worth spending some time with you this morning. That was great. Safe travels up to Salisbury from Atlanta and have a great, successful Move-In Day Mafia weekend there at Livingstone in Salisbury. Thanks for your time.
Thank you. Hug yourself for me, Jane. I appreciate you for having me.
All right. TJ Mercer. Thank you.